Hello YouTube world, this is my first video ever and I thought I would do a video on how to grow big guppies. Now I've seen other videos where people have large guppies, but you can't quite tell how big they are because they have nothing really to compare it to. So what I thought I would do is I would kind of go over how I get these big guppies grown. So what I do is, if you notice, I have some pretty good sized females in this 20-gallon tank, and what I do is I separate the females from the males. So what I'll do is every now and then I'll put in the male that I want to breed with these females, and I'll put him in there for a week so he can do his thing, and then I let him go and I put him in another tank. So these females are quite large, but I'm afraid people probably still can't tell how big they are, so I'm going to try something here and see if this works. Okay. So there is a penny, and if you can see as these guys swim by, or girls swim by, you can kind of see how big, oops, they really are. So if you look at the size of the stomach on that one, even on that one there, and the length on it compared to a penny, you could tell they're pretty large. I don't know if you could see in here, but I actually had another female on here, and she gave birth 2 days ago, and she actually passed away, unfortunately. But she unloaded all of these fry, and there's got to be over 50 fry just hanging out, swimming in this tank, and they're all over the place. You'll see some other ones that are bigger, like those 2 yellow ones there. That's from a different female that I had in here that I took out, and I took out almost all her fry. I just couldn't catch those 2 little ones. So what I do is I put my females in here all by themselves, and then I will feed them heavily. These females are about a year old, I would say. I feed them twice a day during the week when I'm working, and then like 6 times on the weekend. But also while I'm at work, when my son happens to be here or someone else happens to be at the house, I will ask them to feed during the day too, just to make sure that everybody gets fed a lot of food. And I think if you're looking at them right now, you see they're just kind of hanging out, they're just kind of doing their own thing, they're not doing much of anything really. But if I were to put a male in there, the male would be in there harassing the females constantly, and they would be swimming around trying to get away from him, burning up all that energy, burning up all that food. But since I kept them apart, they got huge compared to other ones that I have in other tanks for the same amount of time. And I just think that's kind of the key to getting your females to be really big, is actually just separating them from the males and not having the male in the same tank all the time. If you have any questions or anything, please leave me some comments. I know I was a little short on the words there, but this is my first video ever, and hopefully we'll get better at this.